Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is a part 2 of my Q&A video. Part 1 has already been uploaded. If you haven't watched it, go ahead, check it out on my channel. And I'm going to continue answering all the questions that are received on my community tab. So let's go to the next question by your number one hater. Very nice username, by the way. And he wants to know more about mobile games, engagement farming and monetization. So engagement farming can be kind of looked at from two perspectives. One is the proper actual way, and then the second one is the inorganic or perhaps even the illegal way. Let's talk a little bit about the illegal way, all right? Which means that you bring unnecessary traffic, fake traffic to your games, and you bloat up your numbers, and then these look good on the surface level, but there's actually no real engagement inside the game, which is terrible for your game's long term growth. So what I would say is go after organic ways of engagement. Post about your game on Reddit and all the communities out there, and try to get as much organic engagement for your game as possible. Of course, there are legal routes of getting inorganic engagement as well. You can run paid campaigns and whatnot, but just stick to the legal ways, because all the illegal ways out there will just get you vanity metrics and they will not be worth it. And then the second part of the question is about monetization. Monetization is quite tricky, because monetization is or rather good monetization is a byproduct of a good core loop. If your game's core loop is broken, then no amount of monetization techniques will help your game. So figure out what is fun to play first, and then figure out your monetization loops. Obviously there are proven ways and techniques through which how you can do this. There's obviously the freemium model, wherein you give the game away for free and then add like in-app purchases and ads to make money. And then there is the route wherein you sell the games for a premium price point, which is the premium model. Okay, so premium model, you basically sell the game at a fixed price point and then you get paid for it. So these two are largely the ways of monetization. Let's go on to the next question by VAPWNL. He asked, "Bhaiya, Mumbai Gullies Unreal Engine पर बन रहा है या नहीं?" So yes, Mumbai Gullies is being developed on Unreal Engine. There was a little bit of time in between wherein we had experimented with Unity. Unfortunately, the quality was not matching up to our expectations. So we reverted back to the Unreal Engine project that we had, thereby not leading to much of time loss as such, but that little bit of experimentation was a little bit of a wastage for us. But anyway, we are developing a game of this scale for the first time, so there's been a lot of learning curve for us. And we have to make certain mistakes to learn from them and make sure that we don't repeat those mistakes again. So yeah, been a steep learning curve, but we are at it and we are trying our level best. Then comes the next question by Vedant Singh F1V. Your thoughts on a game called Ananta, and especially they are planning to launch it on Android or iOS as well. How is it even possible for a game of such a big scale? I've seen the trailer of Ananta and I was quite honestly surprised with all the visuals and all the interesting gameplay mechanics. How is it possible for a game of such a scale? It all boils down to the team, like how much of an expert team they have hired to work on this game. It's all the talent of the people. So it's all thanks to the team that they've built. And I'm not aware if the game is actually going to come out on Android or iOS. If it is, I think personally, games of this nature are enjoyed more on a PC or console. Yes, there will be a market for such type of game on Android and iOS, but will it be enjoyable to the same extent as much as it is, or rather as much as it would be on a PC or console? I don't know. I mean, games like BGMI and all have proven that they're good on PC and mobile as well. So maybe this can be an exception, but I'm more interested in looking at it from a PC or a console games perspective. Now the next question, Network Gamers Official asks, मैं एक गेम डेवलपर हूँ तो आप मेरे दोस्त बनोगे, प्लीज रिप्लाई. मैं तो सबका दोस्त हूँ यार. आई एम एवरीवन्स फ्रेंड्स. इफ यू आर watching this video, then I'm your friend. Consider me as your friend if you're watching this video. Okay, so the answer is yes, we can be friends. Then the next question, Momo Bobo, very interesting username. Is indie game development really sustainable job? So the answer is yes and no. Let's answer the positive part first. Yes, because you can make a game and you can become successful at it, but let's come to the no part now, wherein you can make a game and you cannot be successful at it, or rather, how do I reframe this? There is no guarantee that what you make will become popular. Okay, you can make something, you can put it out there, you can market it as much as you possibly can, but there is no guarantee that your game will be loved in the market, no matter how big of a developer you are. Even if you're CD Projekt Red, you can make Witcher 3 and then you can make Cyberpunk 2077, which was a disaster at the time. Now it's a very good game, but it is very difficult job to crack. And especially as an indie developer, you have limited resources, you have limited number of time and bandwidth that you can give to your project, so it becomes incrementally difficult. So it is sustainable, but it is extremely hard to sustain as an indie game developer. Let's go on to the next question by Doomboy Me. Does your toothpaste have salt in it? Just kidding. What's your future plans for after Mumbai Gullies? And also, do you remember me? So, first question, my toothpaste does not have salt in it. I've actually started posting stories of me brushing my teeth every night. So, that's on an unrelated note. Be sure to follow me on Instagram so you get that story every night. But anyway, to answer your question about what are my future plans about after Mumbai Gullies? Once Mumbai Gullies goes out in the market, we want to launch multiple sequels of the game, and we want to, extend the story of the game itself. Additionally, we also want to look at publishing multiple indie game titles, which we've already started, by the way, with our efforts with Hello Anxiety, My Bookshop Dreams, Night at the Mall, and Flee the Fallen. So we want to explore more and more indie titles that we can help go to market, because making games is a challenge, but after you have developed a game, launching it, marketing it, and reaching to the right set of audience is also yet another challenge. So that is what we want to actually focus on. Let's go on to the next question. Om Shri Satnam Sakshi asks, how do you guys carry out the process of game testing? Is it some what if I do this in that moment thing, or just a random gameplay walkthrough? So it really depends on a lot of data points. Game testing might appear as a very haphazard process, but it is not. It is actual real science and data that goes into picture. Obviously, if you make a game experience and then you give it out to people, observe how they are playing the game, and then based on your observation you make changes and tweaks to that. Of course, with a small set of people, it is very easy for you to just see them how they are playing the game and all, and make changes. But when you have, say, 10,000 people playing a game, 100,000 people playing a game, so what you essentially do is you incorporate something called as events inside your game. So events are these triggers that get triggered based on a certain condition. So let's say, for example, if you've got about 100 levels inside your game, and you want to track how many levels players are playing. Let's say, for example, your 60-second level is impossible to complete, so you keep events in all of these levels, and then you get this data in the form of an Excel sheet or whatever. And there are tools for this. There is Unity Analytics, there is Flurry, there is bunch of these other Firebase and all these tools available to get this data. And then you see that, okay, people are playing my game till 62nd level, but there's no data on 63rd, 64th, 69th, or 71st, or rather 99th level, which means that your game is broken, which means that your players are not able to get past the 62nd level or 63rd level, whatever that is, right? So in that case, you then identify from this data that, okay, this is what is going wrong and this is what needs to be fixed. Sometimes it is about data, and sometimes it's also about intuition. Sometimes you can't really get that intuition data from all these test results, right? So sometimes it is a guess, but most of the decisions can actually be rectified by just looking at the data. It's as simple as that. Let's go to the next question. Aditya Studies asks, what is the status of gaming industry in India? Is it growing or declining in terms of development? In terms of India right now, there has been a very good thing that has happened recently, which is the distinction between online betting games and regular casual games. There has been a little bit of a consolidation in that area, wherein these casual gaming companies have now slowly starting to benefit from this clear differentiation. But I think it's still going to take a little bit of time, till the point of time wherein we don't see a major success out there in the market. There is still a little bit of a struggle. However, I do want to mention that there are some very, very good studios that are making small games, but these games are becoming very, very popular globally. These are games that you might not have heard of at all, but these are games that are working with bigger publishers out there and making a very good profit for themselves. So yeah, I think the gaming industry is growing, definitely, for sure. Because of the real money gaming ban recently, the numbers, if you see next year for this particular financial year, will definitely come down. But after that, there will be a phase wherein we'll see a sharp growth in all these casual and hardcore and midcore experiences. So I'm very, very optimistic about the gaming industry's growth moving forward. Let's go to the next question, asked by Dipanshun Agarwal. In which month we can expect Mumbai Gullies update? I'm a bit unclear on when exactly we will put out an update about Mumbai Gullies and which month exactly. We are going to share some updates in 2026, but we've clearly identified that we are going to take our time, let GTA 6 release, let it breathe its life cycle, and then we will put out, or rather release Mumbai Gullies at a safe timeline much later after GTA 6 has launched. So we are taking that stance very consciously and clearly. A lot of people are saying that once GTA 6 launches, nobody will buy Mumbai Gullies. They're considering this doomsday scenario that after GTA 6 launches, the sales of all the other games will get obliterated. I don't see that happening. See, there is always a demand for multiple different types of products. GTA 6 is going to be launched at a very steep price point. Our game is not going to be priced at that steep of a price point. So people who can't afford GTA 6 will definitely look at different alternatives. Of course, yes, there will be a significant portion of time wherein GTA 6 will cannibalize on the sales of other games. That's the reason why we are going to take our own sweet time and launch it much later after GTA 6. But I don't believe in the fact that if we launch after GTA 6, we won't get any sales. That's factually completely incorrect. And we don't need to sell millions and millions of units of our game to be profitable. We've developed the game at a very low budget compared to all these other bigger titles, so we don't need to sell millions and millions of copies. Of course, yes, we have to sell, based on our math that we've done, we have to sell about 150 to 200,000 copies of our game. That is actually so much more lesser than all these global titles. And I think based on the buzz that we've created and the support of you guys from the community, I'm pretty confident that we will hit that number whenever the game goes live. So I hope that answers this question extensively. Let's go to the next question by Cybertron. What to do in college alongside the typical B.Tech to develop the technical skills to be able to join a good gaming company? I would say work on your portfolio, work on your skills, work on multiple smaller games that you possibly can. Read other people's source codes. Go ahead on GitHub and download as many source codes as you can. Open their project folder, look at their project structure. Just study. Use AI, make it your best friend, but don't compromise on the basics, because if you don't know the basics and you start using AI by default, there will be a lot of areas wherein you will unnecessarily struggle. So master the basics, then move on to AI and just work. Try to get internships, try to create your own portfolio, try to create your own presence on social media platforms. Use LinkedIn, use YouTube, use Instagram, whatever you can to market yourself, because if you want to get placed in a good company, it's all about marketing your own skills, right? Of course, knowing the skill is one thing, but you know advertising that that skill is equally important. So learn, and then market. Just talk about what you know, and talk about even the stuff that you don't know, that like I don't know this stuff, which is also completely fine. So yeah, that's what you can do. Next question is by Atif Khan 2327. How can one pitch games to you? Also, do you help on technical end or development side of the game? you can just reach out to me on my email address. I'll leave it over here, nikhil.malankar@gmail.com or nikhil@gameon.in, and you can pitch your games to me. Do we help on the technical end or development side of the game? Not as of now. As a publisher, currently we are only helping out as as a marketing arm. We will be helping out later on once we get some amount of success in our publishing journey with the development side as well. But as of now, we are just helping out purely in terms of marketing. Of course, yes, if you want to bounce off your ideas here and there about what needs to be done, what needs to be improved and all, that is something we definitely offer. But hands on technical help or development side help, we are not offering completely. However, we do offer some amount of porting support because we've got some connections in the space. So let's say, for example, if you're building a game for PC and you want to get it up on PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo Switch or mobile platform, we do have the connections that can help you get to these consoles. So yeah, that is something that we offer. Rest everything else, I think we are relying on the developers' capabilities to deliver the product. Yeah. And then the last question by Chhatrapate, sir, eagerly waiting for Mumbai Gullies showcase, and please also develop an open world game for mobile too. Well, developing anything open world is a complicated and mammoth task. So I don't see us working on an open world mobile game anytime soon. In terms of Mumbai Gullies showcase, thank you so much for your kind words. We are also excited to showcase the game as soon as we possibly can. We just want to take our time in getting things right, and hopefully we should be getting there next year. So yeah guys, that was it for this Q&A session. I hope you enjoyed this session. If you did, hit the like button. If you're finding my channel for the first time, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon so you don't miss out on my next videos. My name is Nikhil Malankar. I'm a game developer by profession, and on my YouTube channel you'll find a lot of videos around games and game development. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in my next one. Until then, take care.